So if you started with us on a Sunday, welcome to your first weekend of these 40 days of stewardship, in which we are trying to build spiritual disciplines that'll help us to become better managers and multipliers of the resources that God has given us. I love the weekend. I bet you do too. What is it that you love about the weekend? For the Branhams, the weekend is an opportunity to go out and eat. And man, I love me some go out and eat. I love the fajitas at Chewy's. I love that big brisket bucket at Thatcher's. Man, I love me some bacon wrapped Parmesan filet at Firebird's. Man, I could just go down the list of all the things that I love to eat on a weekend. Maybe your family loves to go to sporting events, or maybe it's to movies. Whatever it is, man, you can't wait till the weekend because that's what you love to do. But, if every day were a weekend for me, I would be 450 pounds and broke, right? So, because here's the truth of the matter. What you love can get you into trouble. And the Bible puts it like this in 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10. The Bible says, "For the love of money is a root of all kinds of evils. It's through this craving that some have wandered away from the faith and pierced themselves with many pangs." Basically, that verse says you get it, you spend it, and later you pay for it. You just do whatever you want. Notice that the verse doesn't say that money is evil. It says that the love of money is evil. And that can be said for a lot of things. It's that unrestrained craving where we're not willing to say no to some of the things that we want. And that's where the weekend can get you into a lot of trouble when it comes to this thing of stewardship. You've put your budget, you've set it all up, you've looked at it, you've seen some things a long way off that need to be adjusted. Let's make sure this weekend you don't make a big mistake with a lot of things that you love. Because think about it. Going into the weekend, you had plenty of money for the gas bill or for the electric bill, but you ate it at Longhorns. That was a bad decision just because you couldn't say no to that steak because you weren't really thinking about those bills that maybe were due next week or maybe even 3 weeks from now. You see, that's what a budget helps you to do. It helps you to think through it. And we want to have enjoyable weekends. Our budget shouldn't be the place where enjoyment goes to die. But maybe you need to say no to some things because you've said yes to some other things. And there's a lot of adjustments that you can make as long as you have a plan. This is kind of where that budget comes into play. Hey, you like to go to the movies. Now, man, if I took my whole bunch to the movies, that costs a lot of money. But instead of saying no to the movies ever again, maybe we say, hey, we're going to go to the movies one weekend out of the month, and we make us a bucket, and we put some money in that bucket to get ready for that one weekend. And I want to tell you, when you go to the movies and you know you have the money to cover it, and you're not taken away from something else that you really need in the future, you can really enjoy that movie. Maybe you like to go out and eat like we do. But maybe you say, you know what, instead of going out every night of the weekend, which is what we kind of found ourselves doing, we had to be in a place in our budgeting life where we said, you know what, we're going to go out one weekend a month. Now we're kind of at a place in our budgeting where we say we're going to go out one night in the weekend. And so we've been able to make those adjustments along the way so that we can kind of build toward our goals and get toward the things that we really enjoy, but have plenty to cover it. And that's what a budget is going to help you to do. So here's my challenge for you today as we get into the weekend. Make a plan. Make a plan for this weekend in light of next week and the next week and the next week. You don't need to, maybe this is the weekend you just got paid and you're like, man, I got all kinds of money. Well, you really don't if you look at your budget, because some of those dollars are already decided they're going to different places. You need to say no to some things so that you can say yes to some other things. So as we get in this weekend, here's the simple solution. Here's the action step for today. Make a plan for the weekend. Make some adjustments. Do some things that maybe are a little cheaper. Maybe you cut back on some things and enjoy them in another part of another weekend of the month. But whatever you do, don't let what you love become the death of your budget, right? So make a plan, adjust along the way, and you're going to succeed.